Life Audio.
Today I'll talk about that. John passes a class without ever opening the textbook and ponders whether he used to preach too long. Meanwhile, I wonder if train travel is really safe and tell you the story of a gift from France that came unassembled and the strange political path it took to become our symbol of freedom. Plus a conversation about justice, greatness, and the responsibility we have to one another. Today's episode is not sponsored by boba tea. It's the most refreshing choking hazard.
Well, buckle up, Buttercup. John and Jonnie talk about that. Riding a little train on into Bantertown. Toot, toot, toot.
A third toot.
It's that third toot that always gets you.
There's too many.
Yeah.
You still haven't taken the big train ride that you want to do. I think you've romanticized this cross-country train ride to yourself. And then you're going to be like, I got to get off this train. I think you're not going to like it.
I think it's an introvert's dream. You know what I'm saying? Confined space.
Yeah, that sounds terrifying.
Little gentle noise in the background.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The room moves a little bit.
Maybe it derails.
Isn't it like the safest way to travel? I don't know.
I don't think that's true at all.
I think train travel is safer than car travel for sure. Oh, you're going to look it up?
Is train travel safer than car travel? I'm asking our friend Siri. Train travel is statistically safer than car travel, but not safer than air travel.
Are you kidding?
Is train travel safer than air travel? Train travel is kind of a tongue twister.
It's tough to say.
While trains are a safe means of transport, planes are the safest way to travel. For every billion kilometers traveled, trains have a fatality rate that is 12 times higher than that of air travel, and a fatality rate for automobiles is 62 times greater than for air travel. So 12 times higher for trains than air, but 62 times higher for cars than air travel. As far as fatalities.
Yeah, but when you say 12 times, I don't know. I feel like your data, I think Siri, if there's one voice that's been lost in this technological
like you can't have a
revolution,
fender bender with a train. Like if it derails, it's bad.
Yeah, it's probably bad.
That's what I mean. So
there is no like slowing down, like, oh no.
Oh man, we came off the tracks, but everybody good?
It's fine, yeah. No, you're right. If it happens, it's either catastrophic or nothing. Same with planes, though.
Well, we started off in a dark place, just from toot, toot, toot.
Don't you feel like that Siri is now undervalued? Like, I don't ever talk to Siri. It's the first time I've talked to Siri. It's just right then. I'm talking to Claude like crazy. You think Siri's a little jealous, maybe? Sometimes Siri will come on and like I asked her a question on my phone.
You've just given in to like the dark forces of AI now.
Like it'll come up, I'll say something, hey Sadie, and Siri will come up like, hey, I wasn't talking to you. And you can just see it kind of like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought maybe you wanted to ask me a question.
I don't know. I was thinking today yesterday I was thinking about this. Whenever somebody says, there's a few things that you say, it's always negative. Like if somebody says, with all due respect, something's getting ready
never with due respect.
Yeah. Something's getting ready to go down.
Yeah.
But I was thinking of two that were very good, and I'm probably going to make a comedy bit about it. One of them is nowadays. Nobody ever says nowadays.
Right.
Unless it's going to be bad.
Right. Nowadays, you kids and your phones.
Nowadays, things are great. Like it's never,
That's good.
It's like nowadays, you can't get a fish sandwich for less than $3. When I was a kid, they were a nickel. They were giving them out at the docks. I'm sure we all got dysentery, but
the Knoxville docks.
Yeah. And the other one is set foot.
Okay.
You would never say like, I'm so glad to set foot here.
In this restaurant.
It's like, I will never set foot.
That's true. I can't think of
If you set foot in my house.
Hey man, would you come set foot in my house and have some dinner?
Come on over and set foot. See what happens. Set foot is a big one.
There's got to be there's got to be a lot here.
Yeah. There's a bunch. We need to figure out what are the only negative phrases.
Yeah. With all due respect, for sure. But that one's been done. People talk about that. Yeah.
I think set foot is a good special title.
Very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to know the etymology of that now. But,
come on over. Set foot.
Come on, set foot.
You could say, gosh, even if you say it's been a while since you set foot in this church.
That's bad.
It's bad. It's like you're being antagonistic right off the bat.
Yeah.
Well, look who decided to set foot in the church.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or darken the doorways is another one.
Yeah.
Look who
darkened the doorways.
Look who darkened our doorways. You're like, man,
I'm so glad
you darkened our doorway. All it means is cast a shadow, but darken the doorway sounds like you're bringing an ominous.
Like
you're bringing some
presence.
You are. It's getting bad.
You darkened the whole doorway.
Yeah.
It's like, jeez.
Grief, man.
Couldn't it be the little part of the door that, yeah.
It is rough out here.
Yeah, I have, I've been gone a lot for volleyball. And
volleyball, man, is all consuming.
I get that from people when I come back to church. Well, look who decided to show. And it's a real, like, dude, I work
almost
here.
like you. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to deliver the sermon? Yeah, I am, actually. And it's going to be about you. Look, you don't want to make the preacher mad right before he takes the mic.
There's a little bit of
that.
I want to ask a question of you later in the show, so I'm going to tease it right now because we have some This Week in History.
Okay.
That's going to be pertinent to sermons. So don't let me forget to ask you the question.
No way I forget that.
Okay.
So
in the radio, we call that a tease.
Yeah.
In podcasting, I don't know what you call it.
We don't, yeah.
We don't call it anything because nobody cares.
I'm
they're listening at this at like 2x. You know, my wife listens to the show to help us compile the intros.
Uh-huh.
And she does like a synopsis. She listens at 1.75, 1.5.
That takes away all the...
I think we speak too fast already.
Really?
And she's like, no, she goes, when I slow it down to regular speed, I feel like it's dragging. And I'm like, good.
But does she laugh at the jokes?
I don't know.
See,
every now and again I'll hear her laugh.
She's just gone numb.
She is.
She's
like, listening for content. She's listening for just information.
Find out what these stupid guys said this week. Yeah.
Man.
God, Curry. But thanks for your help.
We lost Curry. It's a bummer.
I bet she's laughing right now.
Probably.
You think she laughs faster?
She's listening. She's listening for her name. Yeah.
She listens at 1.75 and then laughs at 1.75. Responds quicker. Maybe her brain just works faster than ours.
I wonder if there are people who listen to podcasts at slow speed.
Because they can slow it down.
Yeah, you can slow it down. So I wonder if there are people who do that.
They just want to enjoy it longer.
They're listening for comprehension. Maybe they listen to a fast talker and they're like, I can't.
It's like, I want to savor this.
You want to just, let it just, like molasses. Come on now.
Yeah, I listen to most things a little faster if they're like a YouTube video and I need, like Sadie's doing an online class this summer. Mm-hmm. She's moving schools and it's a classical learning environment and they require Latin. She's only taken 2 years of Spanish.
Oh, wow.
I mean, she's almost fluent in Spanish.
Latin is,
She could barely speak Spanish. But, so we're taking this so she could have more like study hall time and stuff for other things in her senior year. And, but we had all this onboarding that she had to do. And I was like, look.
I don't know what that is. What is onboarding?
Well, it's an online school. So it's like, I don't know, 25 YouTube videos of them. Here is how you set your target date for the completion of the class. Because it's asynchronous, meaning you don't follow a teacher. You do
you have preliminary information they have to like upload to you.
And here's where you go to. It's a lot.
It sounds like that's just learning, though. That's not onboarding. It's like you need to learn this stuff.
Well,
you're calling it onboarding, like you got to go through this whole thing before I can take this class, and my daughter can learn this stupid stuff so she can get more time in study hall to do the stuff she really wants to do. Like, it seems like you hate education. This seems like you have a real disdain for.
That really escalated quickly.
I got to get through this stupid thing so she can learn Latin. It's a dead language. Like, you're really like already bitter about the whole thing.
I'm just saying it was a lot. They call it onboarding.
So maybe she can get into a college, maybe earn a living, maybe make herself happy. The world is a swirling eddy of despair, surrounded by moments of false hope. But anyway, we're onboarding.
That's what
you seem really, like. Man.
Well, they had one part onboarding for the class, and the other part was orientation.
Sure.
That's a lot of stuff, Johnny.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Listen.
Orientation sounds like you just have your paper upside down. They go, let's turn these.
Like, this reads way easier now.
I'm reoriented now.
Yeah. But we do listen faster.
Yeah.
But you're right. It is a
You're not getting it then. Be honest with me. You're not getting it at that speed.
It depends. Like one of them, I'll say this. The teacher was walking through a web page and it had all these extra tabs at the top. Like, and she was obligated to cover every tab. And there are tabs up there you're never going to use. It's kind of like
this sounds like the people that say you're never going to use math.
It's like right now I'm looking at the top here of GarageBand. And it's got file, edit, track, record, mix. I don't ever go to mix.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Till you need it.
Dane set this up 10 years ago, and I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah, we didn't struggle with this right before we hit record today. John was messing with it for 30 minutes.
I couldn't find I don't know what it was doing.
It was mix. You didn't know mix.
Dang it, it was right there. What, window? Whoever goes to window. So she was like, but she just covered it each. So yeah, I'm going to speed that up to 2 or 2.5.
I will say about education, I saw a great tweet, and you'll laugh, but it was some incredulous Gen Alpha person saying, there's no way. Somebody said, my daughter told me there's no way kids wrote 10-page papers without the help of AI. And he goes, sweetie, we wrote 10-page papers without reading the book. And that's
the legitimate truth. This is confession time.
Yeah.
I have a couple degrees from the University of Tennessee.
Sure.
And there was at least one class I vividly remember that I did not take the book out of the shrink wrap.
Wow. What did you just...
I don't know what I did. We didn't have AI.
Man.
And I'm adamantly opposed to cheating. Like, I don't like...
You don't feel like not opening the book is disingenuous?
No.
You thought I can get my way through this?
I took good notes, I think. Maybe. I don't know what I did.
So you finagled what the professor was looking for.
Right. Because often the textbook... Look, there's an art to it, Jonnie.
But don't you read from the textbook together in the class? I've never been to college. I don't know.
No.
You don't use
often
the textbook
is just a reference point.
Okay.
That, like, here's where here's the there's a great word I'm looking at here. The compendium of information is found in this book. Now, here's what I want to teach you today. And they go to the board and they do their thing and you lecture and you take good notes. And then it's supposed to be supplemented. Some people, yeah, they're all about it. You read chapter 3 and 4 by next week. Okay. But a lot of professors, they are using that as it's just there. And they might add one question or something from it. So it's kind of determining if the professor is a textbook professor or not. And if they're not, then dude.
Did you get any money for that shrink wrap textbook?
Oh yeah, I probably sold it back to the bookstore.
Damn. The spine's not even broken on
but
this bad
imagine
boy.
what they were thinking though. Like, okay, how did this student, like, we sell books and take them back used.
Is this guy a genius?
The answer is no.
Or is he the stupidest man?
I was a real crammer. And
I was a crammer too. Well, I had a good memory, and so yeah, I could compile some questions in notes. I could underline things, and I would remember what I'd underlined the next day. I feel like I'd underline the answer, and then I would write what I think the question would be phrased as, and I would make little notes like that.
Well, you have a photographic memory.
Well, it's not completely photographic. I would say it's close though, and it's definitely it's failed me. It helps me in comedy some, but sometimes, like last night, I was trying to remember to do a new bit. And then I got up there, and then you just get in front of a crowd, and it all goes out the window. That's a little bit different, though. That's a stressful situation. But I did get to do some new stuff. I will say that. I did some scooter material last night.
Oh, so it's now...
Yeah, it's kind of in the act now. So that's what I was trying to figure out, because I was doing it in front of the scooter crowds.
As they are known.
Because you go do these makeup shows.
You scooter people.
Well, you do these makeup shows, and I thought, well, you guys are owed the story.
Yeah.
Because I disenfranchised you.
And about makeup shows.
Makeup shows, I had the
shows you were wearing makeup.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
No, I had the scooter crash, for those of you who don't know, and so I missed like 8 tour dates, and so we made up 6 of the 8. 2 were just canceled outright. So I go and make up these 6 dates, and you just feel like these people held on to their tickets. They're here. It's been a month.
Yeah, you got to tell them what happened.
Let's tell them the story, and let's work in some funny stories about it. And so that's what we did. But then I thought, well, will it now be material that can get laughs anywhere?
Yeah.
And so last night was the first time I did that. And it did. I had a couple of good bits.
Where were you?
I was at Zany's.
Oh, okay.
The lab. And so...
was this Johnny W. and Friends?
No, that's actually Johnny W. and Friends. Thanks, John, for that promotion.
Problem.
July 1st. Get your tickets at johnnyw.com.
Okay, you finished the first round of Johnny W. and Friends. This is a new...
This is... well, I mean, it never really finishes, John.
It never ends.
There's no end.
There's no end to Johnny W. and
Until
Friends.
I have no friends.
That's right.
Which, I mean, that day maybe is gingerly on its way. John, you know what else is gingerly on its way?
What's that?
Ads.
Oh.
From a few of our fine sponsors. Let's take a minute and hear from them.
So you did the lab, you did the
lab,
jokes, and they went well.
And I did some other things just in a different order than I would have normally done it. But I did find myself scrambling a little bit of like, okay, and it was such a good crowd too that it would have been a great spot to try a bunch of brand new things. But in that moment I was like, oh, I was last. I was closing the show, and so they were a little tired
You're like,
too.
I just want them to laugh.
Yeah, so you kind of give in a little bit, and then you kind of kick yourself a little after, like, oh, this would have been a good spot to do X, Y, Z. But I did do a bunch of the scooter stuff, which I was happy about, and closed on a thing that I wouldn't normally close on, but I was like, oh, this is a good spot to get off. And then I got a big laugh, and so I was like, okay, well, that shows that that's now a closer. That's good. So you learn.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. You just want to keep learning what works.
Nah, I just cram.
Yeah.
I cram and maybe don't unwrap the book.
Don't even unwrap the book.
It's crazy that I write books now because you know how offensive that was to the guy who wrote that book?
Somebody's got your book shrink wrapped somewhere on a shelf, and they're just like,
well, you said something.
Yeah, we had to get this for a class.
You said something to me earlier before we started. You said you were making fun of me. You were like,
that didn't sound like me.
Something like, I can't remember what it was. It was real demeaning. No, you were like, you got to go live life, and not just live a life worth writing about, is what you said.
Well, why? Why did I say that?
Because we're talking about me going to youth camp maybe with the kids. I was like, I'm probably not going. You're like, you got to go live life with and I was like,
you're like, I got all this stuff I got to get done. And I'm like, yeah, go work at a camp, though. That would be something.
But then I was like, I did live that life for like 15 years. And then I wrote a book about it, and we threw 2,000 copies away in the dumpster last year.
Yeah, but you didn't live that life. This would be like you're going to help, right, and cook and stuff.
Well, I did a lot of that stuff.
Yeah,
I worked in the kitchen all the time.
Youth pastor goofing off.
You're right.
Hey, kids.
Look at me. I do miss that guy sometimes.
Man, PJ was something, wasn't he?
He was fun.
Backwards hat every now and again?
Yeah, sorry, kids.
Yeah.
Because he's gone.
Backwards hat, John's gone?
You know what? I'll wear a
Now it's to protect your head from the sun.
That's right. It's very utilitarian. No, I will wear a backwards hat if it's fitted.
Sure.
I don't usually wear one that has like the in the front.
Yeah, because you'll get sunburned there. You get a
That's lame, and I just don't like the look of it, Johnny.
That's true. That is a different look.
Yeah.
That does feel different.
Yeah.
Backwards hat. Yeah. It's like a little window that says something happens in that little half moon where you become a different dude.
You're like, hey, look at my forehead. You know what I'm saying? It's if you're embarrassed about your forehead, you don't want to wear a hat like that because it is really shining a spotlight.
Man.
Whew.
That is.
Dealing with real issues here, which reminds me, Johnny, I think it's my time to do my segment.
Issues.
We call it, They Talked About That.
That was pitchy. Really pitchy.
I use this in my sermon Sunday. I was starting a new series called
Disclosure Day. No, I was trying to think of like the hip summer series. You know,
Michael,
people do.
Archangel.
No, anything that's like at the movies.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, yeah.
God wants to disclose something to you today.
Are aliens real? I'm not sure, but let me tell you who is.
You know who did come down from far away? And he, there is
an unidentified faith object is more.
Come on now.
Am I right? Some of y'all need to identify your faith. Okay.
So that's going to be a thing.
Oh, yeah.
That already is happening.
Oh, yeah.
We're giving people, they're like writing all this down.
Some pastors out there
typing it into chat. Okay, go ahead though.
E. Stanley Jones. Anyway, a new series.
Oh,
was on. We're doing 6 weeks on justice in the Proverbs.
Okay.
Really was inspired by Tim Keller devotional, where he does a whole series out of Proverbs on justice and poverty and affecting your world, and a lot of it's about. It was about. This is the part that really got me for Sunday. I was so excited to share. Was in the original Hebrew, when it talks about defending the rights of the needy, he says that the way that word, that original word indicates that your neighbor has a claim on you, that they come to, like, you don't enter the world with just this independence in the way that we think of it. But if you follow the ways of Christ, then your neighbors have a claim on you. And so and a lot of the ancients wrote about this, and I use several of their quotes, and they were talking about the things in your closet that you're not using, those are actually supposed to belong to the poor. And that even one of the quotes talks about how when you give something, it's not really an act of charity or an act of mercy. It's more an act of justice, because you're you're doing what you were supposed to do. That's justice for them just by your giving. It's really interesting ideas because it butts up so much against our independent spirit of no one has a claim on me. I don't owe you anything, especially if you don't deserve it, all those kinds of things. But in Christ, it's different. Anyway, and I kind of close with this quote from E. Stanley Jones, who was born in 1884, from his book, this Victorious Living. He said, "We grow small trying to be great. We toil in rowing, trying to get to the land of greatness, and we end nowhere. Then Jesus comes. Again, we fear him, for we fear he will ask us to be servant of all in order to be great, and we do not want to serve. We want to be served, but still he comes. Then we let him in. We forget greatness as we bend with him to serve the rest, and lo, as we bend, we rise. The servant of all becomes the greatest of all. We have arrived." I love this quote.
That's amazing.
It's so good. But we grow small trying to be great, and I did talk about some things Sunday. It was one of those, things where I was like, guys, just this very topic, someone's going to think this is woke or someone's going to think, so I just hit it a little more directly. Like I'm worried that you're going to think if I talk about things like this, that I'm quote unquote that pastor who's the social justice warrior.
Right.
Or you're going to think I'm woke or liberal or communist or socialist or both, and you don't know the difference between the both. Or, I mean, you can name a million of them. This is going to be about DEI or CRT or some other thing that changes all the time that just, what it does is it allows you just to put me into some other category. And so I really I put a test in there. I was like, look, we're going to read this scripture today. It was from Proverbs 31, and it talked about speaking up for those who cannot speak for themselves and bringing justice for the destitute and the poor, and basically it's replete throughout the scripture. And I was like, so here's the test. At the end, I was like, and they really went with me well. Like they listened. I think I was able to kind of be vulnerable with them about, hey, here are the hurdles to this of trying to talk about, but this is in the scriptures, and it's many times in the scriptures. And so I was like, well, number one, what scripture am I offended by? It's like, that's a trick question, because no one in this room today is going to go, I'm offended by scripture. It's like, well, it's not the scripture I'm offended by, right? Okay, if you're not offended by the scripture, then number two, how did the guy, maybe it's the guy speaking the scripture, how did he or she take it out of context or misapply it? Like, maybe I did. Like, hey, you're supposed to test this. You're supposed to test everything that I say. You really, really are. I encourage you. I invite you. Please do that every week, regardless of the topic. Well, if it passes that test, then number three, okay, if it was not as that person applied it, then what other application could it be? I think that's a big one. Oh, that's not what that means. Okay, if not,
all right.
And I went through, whether it's, and we talk about CASA here, which is court-appointed special advocates, people, adults who go and help advocate for either orphans or foster children, or those just in the system because their parents are on trial or going to jail. Need someone to speak up for them. And that's an easy one. Like, we can all go, that's good, right? We can talk about, helping in sex trafficking and helping, battered women and abused children and all those things. I was like, but the scriptures gets way more broad than just that. Please do those. That's great.
All right.
But it gets into, it talks about ancient boundary marks and not cheating people in court. In fact, the one of the scriptures I read talked about court. I was like, now, if I said court or the law, which is what the scripture just said, you're going to think I'm getting political. Or that's not what we should be talking about in church. Church is for spiritual things. I was like, so what do you do? If the scripture can't be applied in the way that I'm saying, that we're actually supposed to care today about how people are treated in court, because we all know the lawyer you can afford and those kinds of things, and the law can be so complicated that it doesn't necessarily work the same for everybody. We know that to be true. And so the scriptures say those of us who can are supposed to help those who can't when that system hurts them. So if not applying to that, what other application is there? It's going to be hard to spiritualize this application, And if you come to those three tests and you're still kind of offended, I was like, that's great news. It sounds like bad news, but the great news is the gospel is supposed to offend you, because now it can lead you to see where you are and where we're all supposed to change and grow. So, and that's why I ended on this idea, and I'm just going to call it out a little more, but there's a lot of talk about America, what makes it great today. There's just a lot. And we're talking about the 250th and all the things. I didn't do this Sunday, but there's a lot about what it means as a person to be great and how I'm greater than this person or that. And often that has to do with power and money, has to do with where you come from, how you look, how you speak, all those kinds of things. And there's just a grand debate. And I think again, Jones kind of breaks it down. Jesus does too. It reminds me of what Jeremiah said to Baruch in Jeremiah, where God says actually to Baruch, that you are trying to seek, when you try to seek great things, seek them not, because you grow small trying to be great. And instead, if we let Jesus in, he's going to lead us to become the servant of all, which will make true greatness as we lose our life, as he lost his life in service to others. So anyway, there you go, Jonnie. That's E. Stanley Jones.
It's good stuff. I like it. Let's do my segments, John. Let's start with old jokes. We call it Joke About That. John, did you hear about the guy who collapsed trying to climb Mount Everest?
Yes.
Authorities found Himalayan there.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry.
That's a good...
I know it's a dad joke, but I read it and it made me laugh, and I thought, you know what, I'm including it today because I don't care.
Himalayan
there.
That's...
It didn't say he died. It said collapsed. So
I like that.
Could be okay.
I heard of many people collapsing on Mount Everest, but yes.
Speaking of school and cheating, John, because we were talking about this earlier, and your horrible history of not even opening books.
That wasn't what I always did, by the way. Just okay.
4 roommates party the night before a big exam. They missed the test. They agree on a story together. They go with this story that they got a flat tire on their way to take the exam. They beg for the chance to make up the exam. The professor agrees. On the day of the makeup test, all 4 students show up right on time. The professor looks at his watch and says, begin. Students open their exam books, and there's only one question. Which tire went flat?
Yeah.
Have you heard that one before?
Yeah,
That's a great joke. That's great. That's one of those, like, that may have really happened.
That's what I would do.
It sounds like one of those professors' jokes that they tell each other.
Yeah.
And people go, did that really happen? Yeah, Dave did that years ago.
And he dropped his chalk, and anyway.
It's a legend. John, finally, 2 caterpillars. This is a true one. 2 caterpillars are fleeing from a spider. Tale as old as time.
Yeah.
They climb up a small branch and crawl to the edge, but realize they're trapped. Hold on tight, says the first caterpillar, and he quickly chews through the branch. It snaps in 2. As they begin to fall, he grabs 2 protruding twigs and steers the branch through the air with grace and finesse. This is amazing, says the second caterpillar. How the heck are you doing that? First caterpillar scoffs, am I the only one in this whole forest who knows how to drive a stick?
I did not see that one.
See? Come on now.
That's good.
That's a true story.
I like it.
That really happened. John, let's do This Week in History to close the show. We call it Talk About Then. John, this week, 1838, John Quincy Adams began a 3-week-long filibuster speech before Congress on right of petition and freedom of speech. His speech lasted until July 7th. Former U.S. President Adams, who was now a member of the House of Representatives, gave it in response to a resolution to annex Texas, which he was trying to defeat. His plan worked, and Texas formally withdrew its offer of annexation in October. Texas was eventually admitted to the Union in 1845. And it got me thinking, people talk about the filibuster, for good or bad and all that. And there's a famous scene in Mr. Smith Goes to Washington where he filibusters until he's exhausted. And I don't know enough about history to know like its true usage and all that stuff. But I was thinking about what's the longest time you've ever preached? Because now, people, like now you guys we know people's attention spans just aren't there. And so it's not the same thing. When we were growing up, I remember people would almost brag, church was 5 hours today or church was 3 hours today. And but I wonder what's the longest you ever preached that you know of? Because probably you got to be like, well, that was about right. And then Laura's like, what in the world was all that?
I think I've gone over an hour before. I mean, but that was back in the old days.
I can remember sermons you did that were longer than an hour.
Wow.
I really can.
Okay.
Just, youth sermons. That's really saying something.
Yeah, but the kids were... That's the thing about then. The kids
don't act like kids were different then.
They were different then.
Well, they didn't have phones, maybe.
That's true.
They probably had flip phones.
Listen, my wife's she's gonna eat this alive. She's gonna love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've done a lot of therapy, And I know it's an internal message
This feels like therapy.
I struggle with. Like, I know I'm a lot. I know I'm a lot.
Yeah.
I'm a lot for everybody around me.
Let's get into it.
So that translated in my early days, especially into longer sermons, because I'll tell you why. I feel like I have to say everything on the topic that has to be said, or else I fail at it. I have to cover all the things that could be wrong.
Yeah, every question, every antagonistic statement, every rebuttal.
Like, it all has to be right. So anyway, I apologize to
Some would
all
say
those.
Paul wrote that way too, but I'd say he did that because he was in jail and he's like, he had to anticipate questions.
Paul does it. Everybody loves it. John does it. And we're talking about
I don't know.
podcast.
I don't know if Paul was all that popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have, did I say this in the podcast? I can't remember, but my biggest issue with the New Testament probably is Paul and Barnabas splitting ways.
Barnabas.
Because if you can't get along with a guy whose nickname is the son of encouragement.
We did talk about that.
Okay, good. Yeah. So I struggle. Maybe you're right that Paul wasn't.
I think maybe he was a lot.
Yeah, but what if I'm a lot, but after I die, my writings,
buddy,
they're like, that guy knew something.
I got a good feeling.
Yeah. Let's go into that dumpster.
Good feeling.
Find those.
Let's find that shrink-wrapped book that we haven't even cracked the spine of. It's worth something.
Oh, dear.
I don't know, man. Could be. It could be. I don't know. Anyway, I was just over an hour. That's.
I'm sorry. I think you're
lowballing.
A long time. So
what is it now? 30? 40?
It's 35 to 40 usually. Whew. I think I did 45 Sunday. But that's prayer, everything.
Clocked out after 15.
But there was, again, I still am a teacher. I still teach. So, but
you're filibustering is what you're doing.
Yeah.
John, this week, 1903, the Pepsi Cola trademark is registered with the U.S. Patent Office. Pepsi was created in 1893 by pharmacist Caleb Bradham and sold in his New Bern, North Carolina drugstore as Brad's Drink.
That's a good change. Yeah.
Another pharmacist. So I think we all our research on Coca-Cola. It was kind of an elixir.
Yeah.
Of sorts.
Almost all started that way.
And
digestive properties. All kinds of.
It was renamed Pepsi Cola in 1898 because it was advertised to relieve dyspepsia or indigestion. Oh. And cola due to its cola flavor. So that's what it says. I swear to you, that's what it was called cola because it was flavored as cola.
Oh, okay. It
was a cola. The name was shortened to Pepsi in 1961. The original formula did not include pepsin, as is often believed. So some people believe it had pepsin in it, which I guess Pepsid AC gets its name from that. Probably right. Pepsin.
Do you think Cokes help with your digestion?
I don't know, but it lets me drink more Cokes. So whenever you feel like, give me another one, keep them coming. It's eating a hole in my... the lining of my stomach probably. I'm like, keep them coming.
Yeah.
I mean, there is something about like the syrup. Like they used to sell just the syrup for cola as a digestive aid in drugstores.
Yeah.
And so there's something
just
to that.
Straight sugar.
I guess.
I thought that
something to coat your stomach.
Maybe. Oof.
I don't know. I think your stomach already has a coating.
Yeah.
That was put there by the Lord.
Maybe you heard of it.
Or like washing it away with soda. Being like, this will help.
Yeah.
What you need is some kidney stones.
By the way, I did see an article that reminded me of you the other day.
Okay.
About all the wars between the Diet Coke people and the Coke Zero people. Did I send it to you?
No.
It's like a big deal.
Yeah.
And it was like in the Wall Street Journal.
It's heightening. I
was like, hey, this whole Democrat Republican thing's bad, but bro, it's going to be Coke Zero versus Diet Coke.
There will be wars and rumors of wars. We've heard about it
ever
since we were kids.
Was turned to cola. And
we didn't know it was going to. Yeah, we didn't know all about that. Yeah. John, this week, Stan Laurel was born in 1890. Do you know who Stan Laurel was?
Laurel and Hardy?
He was an English comedian and actor. He made over 100 films with his partner, Oliver Hardy, with whom he worked from 1926 till Hardy's death in 1957. Moments before his death, this is why he makes the list. Moments before his death, Laurel told his nurse that he'd like to go skiing. The nurse replied she was not aware that he was a skier. I'm not, he said, but I'd rather be doing that than this.
Nice.
That's a good one.
That's good last
I hope I have a good whimsical exit.
Yeah. I can imagine myself being...
You need to plan it out because you're not going to be in your right head. So you need to be like, I got to make sure I say this.
But then I'd be like, but who cares if I said it? Yeah. But then you're like, what if they put it on a podcast someday?
Yeah.
You never know.
Who knew?
But then I'd be like, well, who cares? I'm not here to hear the podcast.
John, this week, 1925, the first National Spelling Bee was held in Washington, D.C. It was sponsored by the Louisville Courier-Journal. The winner was 11-year-old Frank Neuhauser of Kentucky, who correctly spelled his own last name. No, he... I almost mispronounced his name. I was like, man, Neuhauser's a tough one, the way it was spelled. He correctly spelled gladiolus, winning $500 in gold pieces. In today's gold pieces, or in today's gold prices, rather, that gold would now be worth about $80,000. So this 11-year-old won $80,000. The $500 in 1925 is equivalent to $9,000 today. So he won $500 in gold pieces. Today's $80,000. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make any sense. If it's either worth $9,000 or it's worth $80,000.
Who is that? Siri? Ugh.
$500. Maybe it's saying the $500. I don't know. Anyway, what I wanted to have you do was spell gladiolus. I want to see if you would have won the spelling bee.
Gladiolus.
Gladiolus.
What's the language of origin?
I don't have any of that, John.
G-L-A.
Yes.
D.
Yes.
I.
Mm-hmm.
L. No?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I-O. L. I'm done. Can I try it again?
Gladiolus, John.
G-L-A-D-I-O-L. E. No.
John, you have lost.
I-U-S?
Either $9,000 in gold or $80,000.
There's no way to know, really. Spell it.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at it. Of course, I'm going to get it right.
I want to hear it.
Gladiolus. Gladiolus.
Oh, it's just not gladiolus.
No, gladiolus.
That's what I was spelling.
Yeah, but I pronounced it pretty good. I mean, I said it multiple times. I wasn't trying to deceive you with my pronunciation.
As you read the words yourself, yes.
I'm like Chuck Woolery. I got all the answers. I'm very smug.
No, sir.
I think
I have this card.
Did you mean... The E.W. Scripps Company acquired the rights to the program in 1941. Is now known as the Scripps National Spelling Bee.
Yeah.
And
that listen, the people in the spelling bee, between the Scripps and the Bloods, I mean, it's like a real, you don't want to get between them.
It's like the Cola Wars.
You do not.
The Scripps and the Bloods.
This guy.
John, finally, this week, 1885.
Okay.
The unassembled. There's a lot of history here that I was not aware of about this particular monolith. The unassembled 151 high Statue of Liberty, a gift from the French. It arrived in New York. The French donated the Statue of Liberty, but the U.S. was responsible for building its pedestal. So they send you this thing and they're like,
you got to put it together.
You got to put it together and you got to build something to put it on. And so that became a whole political fight. I did not know this. You may have known this. In 1884, the governor of New York, Grover Cleveland, vetoed a bill to provide $50,000 for the project. An attempt the following year to have Congress provide the $100,000 necessary to complete the project, because I guess the prices skyrocketed. We're going to need $100,000 now. We need $9,000 in gold. It also failed. The New York committee, with only $3,000 in the bank, was unable to build the pedestal. With the project in jeopardy, other American cities offered to pay the full cost of erecting the statue in return for relocating it to their city. So it became we can build it, but it's going to have to come to Montana. Yeah. And we're like, we're not doing that, dude.
Yeah.
Just be cool, Montana. However, publisher Joseph Pulitzer of New York World, I'm assuming of the same, started a donation drive that drew more than 120,000 contributors, most of whom gave less than $1, raising $102,000. With those funds, it's like an original GoFundMe.
Yeah.
With those funds, construction of the pedestal began. Ironically, Grover Cleveland, who vetoed the funding for the pedestal while governor of New York, later became U.S. president and presided over its dedication in 1886. And won't that preach? These politicians, they veto the money, and he's like, we're so honored to have. Then you're like, dude, come on, man.
Yeah, but that means... Okay, you said he vetoed.
He vetoed it.
And then he tried to get Congress. So he vetoed his own legislature.
In 1884.
If he's the governor, he vetoed the legislature, the state legislature, which means he was trying to probably get the federal government, which is why he was trying to get Congress to do it. is what that must mean.
Stop defending Grover Cleveland, dude.
I kind of like Grover Cleveland.
He presided over its dedication in 1886, which included New York's first ticker tape parade. The first ticker tape parade was for the dedication of the...
That's a long ways away. That parade is a long ways away from that statue.
The pedestal would be inscribed with the poem by Emma Lazarus containing the famous lines, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free." Yeah. And, so that was it. But there's the political wrangling over even that's kind of funny to me, though, because you get a gift and then you got to figure out, well, now we got to put it on the mantle. We got to build the mantle and we got a thing.
And imagine even the assembly. I mean, one of the things I don't like is having to assemble things. Imagine.
Right. Oh, it's true. You get a gift and you're like...
It's like, did they even send tools? You know what I'm saying?
It's got like weird Allen wrenches and those weird cam bolts. A gigantic Allen wrench.
I hesitate to say this.
Mm-hmm.
But this reminds me of something. I actually got a little nervous because I'm not going to say what, but recently I was asked to help write an inscription for a statue.
Oh, okay.
That's going to go on a college campus.
Yeah.
And I just realized, wow, when they did the Statue of Liberty, someone got it right.
Yeah.
And
so now you get your words immortalized possibly forever.
Right. What if I don't? Oh.
Yeah.
So I was just going to put like, hey, I don't know.
Hey, guys.
This guy was great. I don't know. Now I'm going to really have to think it through.
Statue of Liberty is a good one, man. When I read, seriously, we took the ferry over and you see the Statue of Liberty. Mm-hmm. What is it from? Not Long Island. What's it called? Staten Island Ferry. Yeah. So you see it and I'm telling you, like, I looked it up and we were reading it and you get teary-eyed thinking about it. I know we're in the 250 and all that. And I think Bono used to say about America, it's more than a country, it's a great idea. Yeah. And I think when we need to embrace that thing of like, what could America be? We never stop becoming. So we're still becoming, this idea that like, let's just keep celebrating and like resting on our laurels. Like we never stop, but we're still becoming. So we got to watch what we're becoming always as people and as a country. But when I think about that poem and I set my lamp at the golden door, I mean, that is like, whoa, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's one of those like puts a lump in your throat, dude.
Yeah.
And America.
Yeah.
It's, we're doing it. I don't know. Maybe we are.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, America. Well, not yet, but we're coming up on it.
Could you imagine if they had not assembled it? And watching that statue come across some boat on the ocean. I mean, like,
and they're like, man, we're not. We're not about.
You could put a big sail on her.
Thanks, France.
Just like.
I wonder if other countries sent us stuff and that we were like, yeah, we're good.
Listen, if you want to come over and assemble it,
come on, Switzerland.
Switzerland.
It's like a big, huge pocket knife.
It just pulls out all these different things.
Oh man, this would have helped us with the thing. Why didn't you give this to us before?
That's very funny.
I don't know.
I like that.
Well, that's it for history, though.
That's it. Yeah.
No more.
No more. History's gone till another time. So, hey, you guys should check out Jonnie's history on his online social media
and my
network.
future, because you can see all the tour dates, including July 1st in Nashville at the Lab at Zany's, Jonnie W. and Friends. Still a few tickets remaining, but that's very limited seating. Only 100 seats in the Lab. So those always sell out. There's going to be some cool pop-ins that night. You don't want to miss that show. But 1 million tour dates coming out. We're dropping, not 1 million. That's ridiculous. But a lot. We're zigzagging. We're all over the place. So come see the show. I'm really proud of it, and I think you're going to laugh and bring the whole fam and come do that. Also, John, how would they find out more about the show, our show?
They go to talkaboutthatpodcast.com.
All these archived episodes. Maybe you're on your family vacay. Hey, binge those things. It's the only binging that's good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say something. Gladiolus has really messed with me now.
Yeah.
Because I could spell that. I heard it wrong.
You had 2 chances.
It's my fault.
I gave you 2 chances.
I screwed up. It's being put on the spot.
It's not like I pronounced it wrong. I wasn't like leaning it in.
I have a lot of respect for that kid that won that $80,000 because it's the pressure.
Well, it was...
Yeah, maybe it's like $500. It's the pressure of it all. It's not the word. It's anyway.
It was.
But if I had the language of origin, I would have got it right.
If you want to send John some other words, you could send those to hello@talkaboutthatpodcast.com. We love getting our notes from our listeners, and if you want to support the show, go to the Patreon page there and support the show. You get ad-free content that way. We love you guys.
Yeah, thanks for spending the time with us this week. Let's do it again next week here on
Talk About That.